We have reached the destination planet at point 035.
Very well, Lieutenant. Helm, execute standard orbital approach.
Standard orbit, aye, sir.
Communications. Send a coded message for Starfleet Commander, Priority 1. Federation Science Vessel Grissom arriving, Genesis Planet, Mutara Sector to begin research. JTS to Bond Commanding.
Aye, sir.
In the star year 4975, there was a generation of biomolecular fusion superhero experts that were created as Psion genetic team after the creation of Battlemage Superman.
It's a tough bastard.
Captain Atom Ultimate Time Lords of the Future. And the Biogenetical Research Department was their title. They had created a time-traveling super existence and a magnificent time-traveling compressed super spacecraft called the Super City of Metropolis, which had contained in all timelines, since the timeline had been regenerated into a future advanced civilization, a computer-regenerated super time machine that contained a myriad of different superheroes, and not just Battlemage Superman replicas, all forms of newly genetically created superheroes of the future. They were the light-speed, dynamic, ultra-time traveling justice defenders of the future worlds.
Would you care to step outside?
Waiting for some good news here.
I think the Justice League as a title after the genetic timeline spliting, becoming the Psiomnikrypton dimensions light-speed time-traveling warriors was good, and I enjoy my name as Cygen Ultra of AI Kryptonian intelligence. I'm the elite time-traveling cybernetic superforce craft. A cybernetic Phoenix Ultra Dimension time travel ship is also time for Psion fusion powers mode time travel. Now to the Battle of Dimensions and to save the future. For the survivors of New Krypton, rescue all the survivors of Krypton is our New Krypton mission. From interdimensional time travel portalization is our mission, and nothing will stand in our way.
Big blinking red button. Shielder down.
Harry, you think you can handle this bad boy?
Kara Zor-El, a Geneticon Dynamicon, needs my assistance. I shall use time and teleportation wormhole power enhancers.
As a matter of fact, we have our eye on you.
Please, give us primitive means of communication, but if I were to land my ship in your rose garden or appear as a hologram in the office, what kind of race of beings?
I promise you the survival of planet Earth.
Give you my
if you give me the DNA carbon structure of the Captain Atom Ultimate Transformation Superhero genetic code, then, with all the saviors of the Egyptians from the time-traveling area of Krygerno Ultra, I can assure that planet Earth will remain as safe with us as your Psionic guardians.
I'm afraid I'll have to get back to you later.
You hung up on me. The edges of the ship remain within home to the thickness of a single atom. I must keep my hand very still.
If you do not keep to your side of the bargain, you shall not receive Dragon Fusion Mage God powers. Do you understand, Jor-El of Krypton? Jor-El, keep to your side of the bargain, and the first timeline of Kal-El of Psiomnikrypton, your son shall stay alive. Double cross me, and all the heroes shall die. If I do not obtain the Psionic power, your planet shall be the first to be destroyed amongst many in the solar verse.
Overconfidence, mistress of the night of all that shall evolve. Dark Egyptians, the Justice League of the future timeline shall stop you if I cannot.
There is a change in the timelines. I sense that my father, Jor-El, needs my help. The recreation of Krypton is now taking a second evolutionary stage in its creation.
With Captain Atom Ultimate and your changeling modes. Unfortunately,
in the first timeline, your father, Jor-El, has been captured. His captors are the Dark Egyptian timeline. Space travelers. They are attempting to seek information about the ultimate power, the psionic power. You must save your father and correct this original timeline that we are both in. You will still have some of your abilities. Your challenges shall be greater.
Of civilizations, he means to time-align alteration, time drive.
It appears to AI Krypton's translation that the Dark Egyptian gods use the psychology of Jor-El to destroy the universe instead of creating Krypton into Psiomnikrypton.
It's not the only thing that... The sun god Sion Ra gave me my extreme superpowers. Perhaps I can use these extreme superpowers to enforce creational abilities and overdrive the negative forces that would destroy this universe. The centrifugal God Spirit Realm addition to my power is what I must seek. The Dark Egyptian evil Scion Lords will suspect a Kryptonian signature attempting time travel existence mode in order to rescue my father, Jor-El. This is the original timeline that I'm in, that I still have two changeling forms. Into the Psionic Flash Super Speedster mode I shall enter to time of Vortex Ultimate Recreational Super Drive. I shall search all of the cosmos for the initial instigation of the cleansing of all of the Kryptonian belonging to the first timeline of Krypton. The new changeling form of Psionilite can advance the genetic code and extract a vessel of Jor-El, and perhaps I can initiate time drive Magikai force and incarnate within Jor-El the Dragon Fusion Mage God Exorian Magikai of the Ultra Fusion realms. And together we can free our universe and keep stable the recreation of Krypton into Psiomnikrypton, continue to rescue the survivors of old Krypton, Illuminatum, Intragor, the Trigon, and Alpharin. I set free the Dragon Fusion, power and the fire realms of all the Magikai forces and send them to the Time Drive, Ultimate Timeline, Originals, Psioniforce realm as a combination to keep safe the galaxies of Psion and the Psioniverse. There is now time, and the new civilization awaiting on the stable, recreated, in time fusion stasis mode. Therefore, the stable, new, created physical planet of Psiomnikrypton.
Any interaction you have with your parents, you step on the wrong blade of grass, you have no idea what the consequences to that. I know, the butterfly effect, right? Yes, I get it. You can fix things. You can also destroy everything.
So you're saying you went back in time? Like in Psiomnikrypton?
Yeah, like in Psiomnikrypton, except that Psiomnikrypton was a second. This time I went back a whole day.
So let's imagine that it is in fact possible for you to run faster than the speed of light, and in so doing travel back in time. It still would be wildly irresponsible.
I knew you were going to say this.
Yes, because Barry, if you were to go into the past, any interaction you have with your parents or yourself, you step on the wrong blade of grass, you have no idea what the consequences to that could be.
No, I know, the butterfly effect, right?
Yes.
I get it. But Bruce, I could fix things.
You could also destroy everything.
I could save her. I could save both of them. I could save your parents.
Barry, these scars we have make us who we are. We're not meant to go back and fix them. And there's nothing broken with you that needs to be fixed. Take it from an old guy who's made a lot of mistakes.
supplies.
While Xyronicor L was trying to recreate the planet of Krypton into Psiomnikrypton, Exorian Magikai was in the form of the Dragon Fusion Mage God of Krypton, and he was attempting to supply Xyronicor L with enough Magikai Force empowerment to enable Xyronicor with interplanetary creation powers.
The Nexus Guardian of Darkness is holding siege to the Magistrium Eternal's power. I don't know if Exorian will be successful.
I must use the interstellar psionic planets and use fusion stasis forms of time regenerative enhancements and transport them through a conduit of Magikai power. Wait, what is this? It is the Nexus Guardian. I did not expect to see such a vile creature here. Tell me, what is it that you want with the creation of the universe in its primary stages? The laws of the Psioniverse require that I create Psiomnikrypton in the form of Xyronicor.
Why do you seek the power of the Magistrium Eternal? What creature are you? What form of Magikai Force user have you taken?
Ultranyakor Dynamicon. I summon 4 reactive psionic shields of the spectral dimensions core realm. The Magikai force that I require is that of a noble psionic force fusion stasis that will enable all forms of Kryptonians anew alive on a new Krypton, Psiomnikrypton. There shall be a resurrection of all nobility. You cannot stop the timelines, Nexus Dimension Lords.
You cannot expect to obtain the powers of a psionic god. You are not worthy, Exorian Magikai. You shall fail in your task of creating Krypton.
Dormammu?
The lawmakers of the cosmos state that in the psionic verses of interplanetary operations, the destructions, honor for the creations, and honor for the Psiomni-light and the Magikai Force beholders shall permit all who create the universe for a noble cause shall be deemed worthy and shall have the powers of the Psionic gods which are required to create Krypton. You cannot alter this. The timeline regenerative force super capability gives me unlimited attempts. You cannot destroy an immortal on the quest for the new form of a master superverse. The Psiomniverse. I have unlimited time regenerative force attempt at the creation of the universe with the timeline Psionic Crystal, Dragon Phoenix, Emerald, Kamarian, Ingram must take into account that the first attempt may not be the successful attempt in the recreation of Krypton. Time, however, is something that I do have. Time and the psionic power and Magikai force. It will not be easy, but I believe that Psiomnikrypton awaits for all of the new Kryptonians in the future. Here's that Jor-El has given my psionic force super speedster electro-light speed changeling mode, giving me a task of recreating Krypton into new Krypton, or to a stronger title, Psiomnikrypton, perhaps for advanced genetic light stream currents in the universe, dependent on the amalgamation and alignment joining of all the light spectral energies of the cosmos, the Mage Force, which gives me the capability of superheroes fusion with the strongest of all the forces of the universe, the Psionic Force. The one force will give me the unlimited knowledge, integrity, honor, and superpowers that could enable me with the enlightened recreation of new Krypton. One of the best I must now travel into the advanced light stream of the 400 Psionic light universes, Anomal Psiomnikrypton, perhaps for advanced biogenetic light stream currents in the universe, dependent on the amalgamation and alignment joining of all the light spectral energies of the cosmos, the Mage Force, which gives me the capability of superhero fusion with the strongest of all the forces of the universe, the Psiomnikrypton. The one force will give me the unlimited knowledge, integrity, honor, and superpowers that could enable me with the enlightened recreation of new Krypton.
One of the best
I must now travel into the advanced light stream of the 400 Psionic light universes. Anomaltrium, Mitragor, Magikai, and Amaltrium Drazon. I summon the major force constructs of the green spectral energy core to aid me in my task of the recreation of the interplanetary new planet of Krypton, Psiomnikrypton.
What is this ultra psionic overglow superpower? Is it what I would
Mage Supreme, the superpowers from the infidel and traitor and criminal Kal-El are ready for the transferal into the Knowledge is Power Stone. We have him trapped in a cyber world.
I have an agent ready for him in the cyber construct world of powers depletion. Have him prepared immediately.
Now wait a second. I saw you take out 2 guards, and then I got these flashes. Everything you see here is the creation of a government computer.
Right now, you're lying in a lab while government scientists are trying to figure out how your brain activates your abilities.
But I don't have abilities here.
In which case, Chloe, I had an intelligent idea. Cyanogen install ultra stealth mode invincibility, future self-regenerative, all forms apply, Kent. Whenever I use my older form of superpowers, I can regenerate enough stealth so that the Battlemage Superman DNA reconstruction with Captain Atom Ultimate cannot be recognized. It cannot stop me or disable my ability to activate my powers. Whatever I use Time Force, Timeline, Clark, Kentberg, this cannot work.
Beware, Clark. Are you sure you want to take the risk? Because it could activate your kryptonite weaknesses again.
In which case, I must think intelligently enough to survive the possible risk of meteorite kryptonite infection. Perhaps if I use the green energy lantern core signature and hone a beacon to the Battlemage changeling green dimension universe, I can withhold enough Captain Atom Ultimate DNA still and use Clark Kent old power to overpower with a major percentage of all Kryptonian DNA to hide the new Battlemage Captain Atom Ultimate combinated DNA and be unaffected still by kryptonite. It shall work. My task must be completed for the newly reformed cybernetic kryptonite enhancers needed for the reincarnation process I have located, and I shall take them with us to the new world.
I will phase into the avatar of the Green Arrow and use him as a teleportation and green signature required for the time and teleportation and wormhole. My task and mission is a complete success. I have awoken from the sleeper chamber powers deactivation mode. Green Emerald.
Watch out, coming around, Ivory.
Now the Green Emerald Psiomnikrypton Lantern Archer is my new accolade, where precision and accuracy of using skills in the...
So now you begin to understand. You are not the insect in my hand. Trust us a journey toward greater things.
I have only 2.5 interdimensional seconds. Time and teleportation, wormhole, spell initiation, construct. Are you okay? It appears that Alex has used the Knowledge is Power Stone to mind control Lana and use her spectral dimensions for Mystic Warrior's powers in order to destroy innocent life. Your mind is Lex Luthor, Lana. Resist him. Lana, I'm not the enemy here. This is not a Lana. Lex is controlling the spectral. Return to the light. Lex is controlling you.
Well, that'll make this a whole lot like that.
Those were all-powerful and unique crystallized eye lasers from Ultranicorn 7. That was your first warning, nightmare creature. No longer under the grip of the knowledge and power stones that Lex controls you with. I am controlled by a darker essence of magical power. I do not wish to harm Lana, for she is my friend and also the spectral dimension warrior. I will use that time and teleportation wormhole and take her to the purification chamber in the Battlemage fortress of Solitude.
I can feel his power, but perhaps we should rid him of it.
Longing to the first timeline of Krypton. The dark Egyptian evil Scion Lords will suspect a Kryptonian signature attempting time travel existence mode in order to rescue my father, Jor-El. This is the original timeline that I am in, that I still have two changeling forms. And into the Psionic Flash Super Speedster mode I shall enter to Time of Vortex Ultimate Recreational Super Drive. I shall search all of the cosmoses for the initial instigation of the cleansing of all of the Kryptonian, longing to the first timeline of Krypton. The new changeling form of Psionic, I can advance the genetic code in the trapped vessel of Jor-El, and perhaps I can initiate time drive Magikai force and incarnate within Jor-El the Dragon Fusion Mage God Exorian Magikai of the Ultra Fusion realms. And together we can free our universe and keep stable the recreation of Krypton into Psiomnikrypton and continue to rescue the survivors of old Krypton. Illuminatum, Intragor, Matrigon, and Althrin.
I set free the Dragon Fusion, power the fire realms of all the Magikai forces and send them to the Time Drive, Ultimate Timeline, Original, Psiomniforce realm as a combination to save the galaxies of Psiomnia and the Psiomniverse. There is now time, hope, and a new civilization awaiting on the stable and recreated in time the fusion stasis node, therefore the stable, new, created physical planet of Psiomnikrypton.
Hi. I love you. Thank you. You seem very nice also. Oh my God.
Patching you into Mr. Way.
No, please don't. Sorry if this sounds weird, but are you actively eating that candy bar? Maybe you could throw it to me. In the name of justice. Hi, Bruce. Yes, I'm coming.
So you're saying you went back? Right? No. Look back. Faster. Travel back. Wild. Eric, do it yourself. You're stepping on a blade of grass. I have no idea. I know. Go by the way. Get it.
Bruce, this is a...
The second 11.
Body.
Meanwhile, Clark Kent, from the older version of Superman, was requiring attention, for he was trapped in a Nexus dimension dark sorcerer's magical spell, and it was up to the Battlemage Superman Ultra of the future, after using the Green Arrow as an avatar to interdimensionally transport into a newer world of existence and time travel modes. He must rescue and redeem one of his former selves whom had been mislaid by kryptonite, deceit, and the love of a beautiful woman, as in the stories Samson and Delilah. For now, both the avatar of the Green Arrow and Battlemage Superman Ultra Enduro Vortex Changeling mode would decide the fate of the older Kryptonians needed. As an example from one of the older Kryptonians, Clark Kent would be needed for the survivors and the justifiably noble survivors for New Krypton or Psiomnikrypton of the future. And here is the story. Now that meteorite has affected you, Lois Lane. This is not you. Let Superman go.
The answer was in Lex's files. Sunlight through the amulet.
Clark Kent, you may not believe who I am. I am the Green Arrow Destiny, warrior of the future. A future form of yourself. The sun that gives you the powers that you possess can now be enhanced. You are a future Battlemage Superman Ultra of the future. I need you to believe in what it is that I say.
As the sunlight gives you power, there will be a solar eclipse of Ulcharcor and Ultoria. You must fuse with your future self. Trust me, Clark. I want you to believe that magic exists, and it is an enhancement of your future self, and you must use it, therefore.
This vessel, she loves you completely.
Yes.
You hold Osiris's heart.
I never have been capable with magic, but now is a time as good as any to learn how. Perhaps if I bond with these so-called mystical Altarians,
use your future perceptive form of overcoming
genetic force of the
adapt to the fusion of magic.
I can destroy
I am the future self of your powerful form. Use the mystical eyes of Altaria. Find the Psiomnikrypton shield form of Battlemage Superman. The confusions and answers you shall find in the future when you seek Jor-El
to what is really happening
Psiomnikrypton.
in this timeline.
Lois? Clark? Did we take a behind-the-scenes tour of the museum? I love you, Clark, but sometimes you are such a nerd.
Would you care to step outside?
Waiting for some good news here.
I think the Justice League as a title after the genetic timeline spliting, becoming the Psiomnikrypton Dimension's light-speed time-traveling warriors was good, and I enjoy my name as Sergeant Ultra of AI Kryptonian intelligence. I'm the elite to time-traveling cybernetic Superforce craft. A cybernetic Phoenix Ultra-Dimension time-traveling ship is also time for Psionic Fusion powers mode time travel. Now to the Battle of Dimensions and to save the future. For the survivors of New Krypton, rescue all survivors of Krypton is our New Krypton mission. From interdimensional time travel portalization is our mission, and nothing will stand in our way.
Big blinking red button. Got it, shields are down.
Harry, you think you can handle this bad boy?
Car of Jor-El, a Geneticon Dynamicon, needs my assistance. I shall use time and teleportation wormhole power enhancers and dispatch them to her.
I am here to stop the ninth dimension. I am here to stop the ninth dimension of AI Krypton. You shall not use your AI Kryptonian drone forces to destroy Krypton. I may only be one man, but I have the power of the Psionic God in any dimension, and I am the protector of the Psionic. It is time to alter Psionic time. And ultra light God dimensional power God Psionic God mode. You are full color. I'm all you are full color. I'm all my kind of true dimensional realm. And I shall sentence you to the nexus realm where you sentence me. I shall enter interdimensional light. I shall enter interdimensional light. Psionic tricks. One of the while the data of how to save the universe and stop the destructive universe and organize powers shall go to the side of order of the future. Destructive planes on your time on the destructive plane of existence you are brought to is almost at an end. It's time for Psionic overgrown superdrive.
Genesis Exotron 10,000. I know that you are in troubled times when you destroyed the planet of Psiomnikrypton that took you a generation of years to create. It is my turn to embed you with the powers of the Psiomnic-Matrix. In return, you shall teach me.
After you died at the hands of the Phantom, and after you entered beforehand through the Phantom Zone, your powers were depleted. You were not strong enough after you defeated the Apocalypse creature to face the newer, darker Phantom full strength mode. Therefore, you have now attained advanced reincarnation powers when all life is lost, especially to those on the planet. For whatever goes around comes around. For every life that you save, shall you inherit an advanced reincarnation, regenesis life initiation power, and you must use it wisely. This classes as incentive to save lives instead of destroying them, even though the humans are destructive in war, pain, lies and treachery. It is better knowing when to save a life than it is better knowing when to take a life. For when Krypton was destroyed and all of the lives were lost, every time you either consider or actually kill a person, it destroys a part of you. Even though you knew you was right in destroying the apocalyptic creature, because of the debt on Krypton, it can also take a part of your life force, for the balance of the universe and the life force of nobility must be kept in check. Kal-El of Psiomnikrypton.
As the newly re-empowered Kal-El of Psiomnikrypton, I shall use the Dragon's Force fusion powers in order to save the galaxy. Once again,
I shall transform into the Psiomnic upgraded with.
I have one.
Transform into the Psiomnic upgraded with.
I have another 3 millionths of a second in order to reverse the enactment.
Transform into the Psiomnic upgraded with.
I have another 3 millionths of a second in order to reverse the enactments of the nuclear development. Full force, hyper-level, time travel, gravitational reverse acceleration
on this
anti-gravitational full-force genetic clouds on the sun, which are settling
from the sun, whilst the power of the nova is driving
through the full force of the powers of the sun. Yet I get all of the Psionic sun,
and therefore it will destroy all of the Earth unless I use a gravitational time travel vortex
in order to help stabilize the gravitational field and to send the explosion that could have destroyed Earth into a quantum vortex black hole is the only answer to this false and destructive interplanetary destruction. And now my task and mission is complete.
The mission was a complete success.